What's up, Slick Review fans? Coming at you with another video. As you can see behind me, today we're doing a showdown between the Google Home Mini and the third generation Echo Dot. If you are new to the channel, we do a lot of cool product reviews, so make sure to hit that subscribe button. But let's get started. Alright guys, so we're going to get into it. We'll do the unboxing of both devices here. We'll do some setup and we'll do some testing. Now, of course, during this video, I am going to have to trigger these with the voice commands. If you have any products like this in the room that you're sitting in, just know that they might get triggered while we're doing this. So, fair warning. Alright, so we'll take a tour of the boxes here. Here's the Google Home Mini. So on the side, just some generic things that you might want to ask. So you can play Spotify. If you do tie this into your ecosystem at home, you can control like Netflix, you know, pulling stuff up on the TV, stuff like that. So on the back, again, just more things that you can do. You can make phone calls, again, control your TV, voice control your home, set alarms, reminders, you know, all that good stuff that Google Assistant can do. Here are some of the major brands that it ties into. Of course, a bunch of Google services here, but Netflix, Spotify, Philips Hue, which I have in my home. So always great to see that there. So that's on the Home Mini. On the Echo Dot, a lot of the same kind of stuff. We have far field voice control, so you should be able to put this in the room and then be able to use it even across the room because of the microphones that it has. So again, some of the services that it ties into, a lot of the same kind of stuff. But again, Philips Hue, Spotify, Apple Music, of course, Amazon Music, SiriusXM if your subscription allows for that. You've got all of that ready to go too. And then again, some of the same stuff, much like the Home Mini, just some stuff that you can do there. You can pause that and read it for yourself if you like. So those are the boxes. Let's get into both of them. So right here on the Google Home Mini, we have the device itself right up top. So we'll set that to the side for a second. And then underneath, let's get started. So let's just dump all this out. And that's all that's in the box. So here we have the power supply with micro USB. I kind of wish it was USB-C, but I mean, it's not a big deal. So there's that. And then of course your quick start guide. You know what to do with that. So there's the Home Mini. Let's do the same thing with the Echo Dot. We're going to try to do everything side by side just to keep it simple. So they package it much the same way. Device right up top. Set that here. All of your manuals, we'll file those. And then in the bottom, power supply again, and that's it. Now the Echo Dot just uses a proprietary, you know, just weird generic power cable, whereas the Home Mini uses micro USB. So comparing those side by side, again, USB-C would be nice because that's kind of where everything's going. So if we're thinking future-proof, that would be nice, but not a deal breaker. So micro USB, the advantage here would be you might have a bunch of these cables laying around. So if eventually down the line this stops working for whatever reason, maybe it has a short, something weird, you probably have a lot of these cables laying around. Whereas this, if that were to happen, you'd have to buy a new cable or do something. So if we're looking at that, that's one thing to think about. Now let's get some of this plastic off of the Echo Dot here. So taking a look first at aesthetics, you know, these are both pretty pleasing looking devices. I think both would fit in any home, you know, really whatever style you've got going on. I think they'll both blend in well. The Google Home Mini, I picked up the coral just because, but they've got a couple other different colors. One is very similar to this, so if you do want just a generic gray, you can do that. So just taking a look at them, I mean, they both look great. I like both designs. I do like that this one is just kind of flatter. As far as size, you know, there you go. It's kind of like, I don't know, maybe a donut or something like that. So that's the size of the Home Mini. And then this one is, I guess, like a large hockey puck, basically. Now, I do have a couple of the other Echo Dots, and this is the first time like this top is kind of bubbled a little bit. It just looks more on purpose, I guess. This generation really looks like a solid product. On the top, we've got actual hard buttons for volume up and down. If you want to trigger the device with a button, you can, and then microphone mute right there. On the Home Mini, all we have is where you plug it in, and then there is a hard mute switch on the side, and that's it. So let's get them powered up and walk through their apps. Alright guys, so these are both powered up, connected to Wi-Fi, ready to rock. So we're going to go through their respective apps to take a look. So Echo Dot is going to take a back seat for a second. We'll start with the Home Mini. So I just went through the setup process again to get it connected to Wi-Fi and everything. So it's saying get started with the voice command. So here's just some examples. Music, play some music, set the volume, stop. You can ask it pretty much any question you want. Get stuff done, so you can add reminders, things like that, and then just some fun stuff. So finish the setup there. Short little video of what you can do. We're not going to bother with that. So here's looking at the Home app. So all sorts of stuff that you can do. So one nice thing right away, as long as we're talking about what the capabilities are, connect to a Bluetooth speaker. So that is really good to know. We're not going to bother with that because connecting it to a speaker, the audio quality doesn't matter because it depends on what speaker you use. So just know that you can do that. That is a common feature with the Echo Dot. They both can do that. So sound quality of the device itself, we'll do a sound test, but just know that, again, if you want better sound, don't let that sway you, again, with which one you're going to buy, because both you can just connect it to a speaker if you like. So I did connect it to some of my music accounts like Spotify and everything, but again, this is the Google Home app, so you can download that and take a look for yourself. But let's just do a couple sound tests to see what the Home Mini can do. Again, I am going to be triggering it with the voice command, so if you've got one of these in the room with you, hey, I gave you fair warning. Hey Google, what will the weather be like in Edinburgh tomorrow?
In Edinburgh Monday, it'll be mostly cloudy with a high of 55 and a low of 45.
Hey Google, will it rain tomorrow?
There's a good chance of rain in Edinburgh Monday from 7 p.m. to 4 a.m.
So again, guys, you probably already know that you can ask these assistants all sorts of stuff. So we could go through that for hours. Just know that, again, you can control your home automation. You can ask it pretty much whatever you want. Now, I do like the voice on this device. It does sound fairly realistic, especially compared to what's available out there on the market. I do like the cadence and the intonation of this one. Now, again, while the device is working, you can control the volume by touching on it, but since there's really no indication of where, you kind of just have to get used to it. So volume up and down is available on the sides. And then again, if you want to mute the microphone, you can do that.
The mic's off. By the way, the mic's off. To turn it back on, slide the switch on the back of Google Home.
So she said it for me. So that's how
the mic's back on.
That's how you do that.
The mic's off.
So again, it tells you
the mic's back on
every time you do that, which I guess whatever, as if you couldn't see it, she's gonna tell you too, so whatever. So that's taking a look at that. Last, let's do a quick audio test with some music. Hey Google, play EDM music on Pandora.
Okay, here's a Pandora station called EDM Hits Radio.
So it actually sounds really good. Hey Google, stop. So it actually sounds, I was actually really surprised by how loud the speaker got. And I didn't want to play a bunch more because I don't want a copyright strike or anything like that. And again, as far as audio quality, you can always connect it to a Bluetooth speaker if you like. So we're going to set that one off to the side. We're going to go to the Echo Dot and see how this one performs. Alexa, what will the weather be like tomorrow?
Tomorrow in Lakeville, you'll see lots of clouds and thunderstorms, and can expect a high of 84 degrees Fahrenheit and a low of 55 degrees.
So there you go, just kind of like I said, when comparing the two, I love the voice on the Home Mini a lot more. It sounds a lot more natural. Hey Google, will it rain next weekend?
Yes, the forecast for this weekend in Lakeville is 58 degrees with showers.
Will it rain next weekend?
Possibly. There's up to a 35% chance of
So
rain
there you go. I
Lakeville.
don't even like listening to it. And again, I have a lot of these devices, so the voice by itself would not be a reason why I wouldn't buy it, but for the purposes of this comparison video, I love the Google Voice a lot more. Now let's do a quick sound test on the Echo. Alexa, play my Old School Jams playlist.
Your playlist, Old School Jams, on Amazon Music.
Usually I don't do this, but
all right, stop, so we don't have any problems with that. Stop. And then taking a look at the Amazon app, there's all sorts of skills that you can go through here and activate and turn on, and it can do all sorts of stuff. And that's what I do like about the Amazon one, is that there's all sorts of stuff that it can do. There's maybe a slight learning curve because, you know, a lot of us have worked with our Google services and accounts before, and the Amazon one is still kind of new, and they are trying to polish it up. But I do like that there's all sorts of games and everything in here that you can go in here and play around with. So one final look at both of the devices. Again, the Home Mini is a lot simpler. Really, the only interface is that mute switch on the back, whereas the Echo has a lot more going on. The volume, I do like that you can just get to it. It's got this visual indicator around the side here. You can control volume with your voice on both. This one has the trigger button up top as well, so that is there, whereas the Home Mini doesn't really have that. The mute switch is a lot easier to get to. And then this does have a 3.5mm audio port. In case your Bluetooth speaker dies or you don't have a Bluetooth speaker, you can just connect it like that as well. The Home Mini does not have that. So these are very similar devices. They're priced nearly identically. And as far as audio playback, if I had to pick one between the two, I don't know that I could. Again, they're small speakers, they're both omnidirectional, they just face up, and you probably don't want to have a party just by listening to one of these. But again, the sound is very similar, and I don't know if you'd be able to tell the difference between the two. And as I've said before, if you do want to use these in like a party situation, just connect it to a Bluetooth speaker. Get a couple that pair between them. I checked out the Aomice speaker a couple weeks ago. I'll put a card right there for you. That's what I'm going to use for this. I've got a couple of those that pair between them, and then all you have to do is pair one to this device, and then you can link other speakers to the first one, so you can have a whole bunch of them. So again, I'll put a card up top for you guys to go check out that video. That's what I'm going to use with one of these when I have my house parties, and that would be the best use case for them. And then you just kind of use this to interface and kind of get the music going. But I am going to leave the Echo Dot on my desk here while I'm working, and I probably will use it for music playback. Just this little speaker I think is nice, have some soft music going on in the background. So I told you all of that, guys, and I'm sorry that I can't give you a more conclusive answer, but again, they're pretty much the same. It kind of depends on, do you like the Google system? Do you like the Amazon system? And maybe the aesthetics, if you like that. The Echo Dot has a couple more options. I do like options, like the 3.5mm audio. I do like more than not. So again, they're really similar, and again, if I had to give an edge to one over the other, the Amazon device has a nice interface here, looks good, but Google is Google, and I do like the voice on this one, and it will interface nicely with my S10, so again, it kinda depends. So guys, overall my verdict is, it really depends, and I'm sorry that I can't give you a better answer than that. I think the biggest distinction is going to be which ecosystem are you more tied into. If you have an Android phone, maybe you have some other Google services and products, maybe the Home Mini is going to work better for you. If you have a couple other Echo Dots around the house, or you're really tied into the Amazon system, then go for the Echo Dot. As we covered in the video, sound quality between them is really a toss-up, with maybe a slight edge to the Echo Dot. I do overall like using the Home Mini more. I think the voice sounds a little bit better, and again, just tied in with Google, I think it's just a little bit stronger software and AI interface behind the product, whereas Amazon is still a really good contender, but they're just not quite to Google's level yet. And being that they're similarly priced, again, it really kind of comes down to you, which system you like better. Which could be good news, could be bad news. Again, it really kind of depends. But gun to my head, if I had to pick one, honestly, I'd probably go with the Home Mini for the reasons I just mentioned. But again, they're both great products, pretty evenly matched. My question for you guys is, which of these are you going to pick up? Did this video help you at all? I'm sorry I can't give you a clear winner, but take that as a positive in that they're both really strong products, and you really can't go wrong either way. Links to these products are down in the description for you. If you guys have any other comments or questions, please do leave them down below. I try to get to every single one. Find me on social media so you can stay in touch, but most importantly, guys, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any future videos. That's all I've got for you this time, guys. See you at the next one. Hey, thanks for watching. Make sure to drop a comment down below and give the video a thumbs up. Here's some other videos that I think you'll really like. Make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any future videos, and I'm on Facebook and Twitter as well. See you at the next one.